What number are we on now?
It is a...
A, I forgot.
Hot, isn't it?
It's very hot.
Fly, go away.
The star performer of our podcast is...
That's your homework. Look up what the A stands for. That's a seagull in the background.
If I do not know the content, I can't put my heart and soul into it.
Okay, this is number 5, Rishi.
We've got positive mindset.
Okay, we're kind of touching on that with gratitude, really, haven't we? So, yeah, just try and stay positive. If you're struggling to stay positive, what can we do if we're struggling to stay positive?
One must understand their potential strengths and weaknesses, and understand they have the potential and the ability to get what they want in life, right? Being aware of yourself and your inner instincts will actually help you break through the journey. Because being positive always can be really harmful as well. Sometimes you need to be practical as well. That would really help you.
Okay. Is this what you'd say to a student then? If a student came to you and said how they weren't feeling positive, they were struggling? Okay, very good. I mean, just this. Yeah, sorry, Kiroshi.
Sorry. I mean, and as he mentioned, that there's no harm in criticizing your work, I believe. Instead of giving the others a chance to criticize, I believe self-criticism actually helps us learn and grow better. So I believe that's
what,
right.
Okay, that's an interesting one. Yeah, so sometimes being too positive can be a negative.
Yes.
Negative,
Yeah. I think also that when you are struggling, when your confidence is down, it's important to try and talk to people. I'm probably not the best person at practicing what I preach there when I'm feeling pretty negative and pretty unconfident. But I do remember a time when I was just really not enjoying my work, not enjoying, didn't feel like I was learning, didn't feel like I was progressing. And luckily I had some really good friends and good colleagues. One of them just took me aside and got me to talk about it, and just being able to express it, and the fact that she saw me and asked me, and I told her, just completely just put it out there in the open. And yeah, she gave me some great advice. Even just sometimes speaking your negative thoughts out there to a person you can trust is so powerful and helps you go back to the positive self that you should be, definitely.
We all tend to be so conscious what to speak. But then we're not here to test your knowledge or how much you know about a content. It's just about ability to understand that we all have flaws. We need help. We must be able to reach out to someone.
Yeah.
Like addressing it it could be possible to your niece, nephews, or it could be your cousins. Speak to anybody, whomever you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
Reverse psychology can actually help you. Unwind yourself. That will only help you to build the gap of being positive and stay calm.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's the only way.
Great. What's number 6?
Okay, so it is effective study techniques.
I mean, yes. So the best place you can do that is to come to PI
of course.
And go look on our online or offline courses. We give you lots of study techniques. What would happen if you didn't have effective study techniques?
One thing that I, as a student, would make sure is that I do not try and use a technique just right before the day of exam, because obviously that's going to shatter my confidence down. So these techniques, these strategies would work the best for you when you have been trying them and you've been preparing for the test using those strategies, because then you know whether they work for you or they don't.
Yeah.
Just the way in our classes also we tell the students that as trainers it is our role to tell you the so-called tips and tricks, the strategies to crack a section. But then as students you should be able to utilize those strategies in class and know whether they are working for you, or you just have to deal with things your way, right? So I think that's going to help the students.
For sure.
So apart from that, anything, there are students who would practice, as we say, practice makes a man perfect. So the more you practice, there will be techniques that you will be devising for yourself. That okay, if I have to attempt the completion type questions, this is what I can do in order to get the maximum correct answers.
Yeah.
For the true false not given.
So practice makes a man perfect.
Yes.
But women are already perfect. Is
Absolutely,
is that
yes.
Why?
That's
okay, right.
we don't have a code for women. So yeah.
But speaking of techniques,
I believe they should. We need to edit this quote. Practice and a woman can collectively make a man perfect, right?
That's it. That's going to be your little quotation.
Yes.
Ashin Sharma. Practice and a woman
my
makes a
name
man
under
perfect.
that, sure.
Wow.
Right. So yeah.
But yeah, I love that. I think about you're so right about not just leaving new techniques to the last minute. As a teacher, I don't know whether you taught in the UK, didn't you? We get observed all the time And when I was practicing to be a teacher, I stupidly would do a new thing with the class that I'd never done before, whilst I was being observed by someone else. And of course it goes completely wrong. And whereas if I practiced that thing with the class, a few more times before, I would have done it better, the class would have done it better. Practice makes a man and a woman perfect. And I did the same with GCSEs. When I was taking my GCSE exams in the UK, I had this technique where I would write down keywords and put them on post-it notes all around my house even. And my brother was out of the house, so he couldn't rip them down. So I'd put them around the house, and I would just sort of go and read it. But when I did that for my GCSEs, I did it the day before the exam. And then I'm thinking, right, when am I going to see these things? I'm not going to use them. But then when I did my A-levels 2 years later, I thought, right, I'm going to do that like 2 months in advance, get myself practicing. It's just easy revision. So you can do that with English. You can just write down some new vocabulary, put it around the house, and if you see a word and you think, what on earth does that mean? Just turn it over and write down a few synonyms of that word, or write down maybe the Hindi or whatever your mother tongue version is, and it'll help cement that word.
A couple of sentences also, just to understand the user of that word.
Put it in context, absolutely. Context is all. Fantastic. What's number 7 then?
Avoiding procrastination.
Avoiding procrastination. We've talked about that quite a lot.
We talked about it,
and yeah, we didn't procrastinate on that topic. We went straight to it, didn't we? So I don't know about you, but I'm very guilty of it. I think we've talked enough about procrastination.
Absolutely,
just don't do it. Don't leave things to the last minute. Just whatever you need to do, whoever you need to be, start being that person now. Yeah. Perfect. What's the next one then, Asheen? Number 8.
Support system.
Very important to have a support system, have people that support you, obviously, and make sure they're not just looking out for themselves, but then looking out for you as well. What do you mean though by a support system from your perspective?
I think any person who you feel way more comfortable with, at ease, you think that this person would understand what feelings you have right before the day of exam. Talking to that person maybe for 5 minutes, that could be your friend, your family members, your partner, could be anyone.
Yeah.
So that actually can act as a good stress reliever for the students, right?
I mean, we know our students quite well. We know that some of them have very good support systems. Some of them have a lot of responsibilities at home. And I think sometimes having a support system means finding a balance of, being responsible for, people that you look out for at home, but then also, hopefully, those people, that support system allows you to, do what you need to be doing and to thrive and to achieve your dreams as well, right?
Just that confidence, a gush of confidence that you actually need right before the day of exam. You need somebody who can tell you that it's okay, you're going to be good, right? And we'll see whatever happens. You just give your 100%. I think that words of motivation actually help the student, attempt the exam in a way that he's way more confident. Yeah. And in most cases, get the desired results. And
without patting ourselves on the back too much, but having a good trainer as a support system can also help you as well.
Yes.
We don't like to just teach the topic. We like to also, teach around the topic, but then also we are pastorally there to support our students with their confidence, so that they can approach it with a bit of sense. Like, we don't want students to go and take the exam if we know they're not going to score even a 6 in the mock exam. That would be a waste of time, waste of money. That should be a real shame. So having some sort of sensible and constructive people that know the stuff to support you and to give you the advice that you need going into the exam is also important.
Yes.
I dread to think how many students have gone into that exam and they're going to get a 4 no matter what. That's such a waste of money and a waste of time, and because it takes a lot of effort to go to these exams and to book them and all that thing. So definitely make sure that you're fully prepared before you go into that exam, and a support system is very important. Great. What's number 9?
Balanced approach.
Balanced approach. We've kind of touched on that again, haven't we? Sorry, every number you've said, I've said, we've done that one, next one. But it's all about the holistic approach, basically. That's what we mean by balanced approach. Can you say more to that?
Taking time for yourself is very, very important, right? Get some recreational activities for yourself to help you unwind everything, because 17 hours of study plan really will not help you to get anywhere, believe me. That will actually make you feel lazy, lack of confidence, because you're trying to repeat and mug up the same information time and again because you're not understanding the content of it. Hence, it is taking longer time.
There are people that study for 17 hours a day.
Yes, I have a student of mine. She was actually preparing for an airline interview.
Yeah.
She appeared for a particular airline 22 times. Every time she was getting rejected and she was very demotivated. So she got enrolled for this course and she said, train me in 3 months. Just I should be able to crack my safety and emergency exams and I should be able to crack the English basically.
I mean, there's working hard, but then there's there's working foolish.
Yeah.
That is a foolish way to go about things. If you're working 17 hours a day, you know, you're a human being, not a robot. You know.
But you know, certain
My computer doesn't even run for 17 hours a day. How's a person going to do that?
So the only approach I told her is like, get time, 10 minutes from each hour you spend over there. Go for a spin, go for a jog, or get into some activity where it actually helps you to build your confidence, because it's not about language here, it's about you and yourself.
Absolutely.
The journey between these two is very, very identical. You need to decide, have I got enough rest for myself? Because excessive caffeine can also lead to a similar situation. You feel euphoric.
Yeah.
You do, right?
You get the shakes eventually if you have too much. Yeah. And you know, that's the thing, it's sort of, caffeine tricks your body to staying awake. It doesn't make you feel more awake, it just makes your body, make it harder to go to sleep. You know, there's better ways to wake yourself up in the morning as well if you need that energy. You know, an apple or a banana or something like that is more than enough. What's the last one, Asheen?
Okay, so the last one, I believe one of the most important one is the actual exam day strategies.
Okay. So yeah, when you get to the final day.
You know, the preparation for that starts one day in advance, which means you need to have a good sleep, you know, a night before, so that you're well, you know, you've slept well and you have all that energy, so that you can just, you know, get done with the exam. So yeah, a good sleep at night before. After that, you know, there's no point skipping a meal. I have seen actually a lot of students skipping their breakfast, you know, just because, you know, they're very nervous about the test. So not skipping a meal, in fact, making sure that you don't eat parathas during the day, you know, because Indians are like that.
Really?
So that you actually end up sleeping when you're in the examination hall, right? So I mean, good, you need to have food that is, you know, proper nutrition that you get from the food. Keep yourself hydrated and try to reach the examination hall a bit in advance, so that there's no chaos of where should I go, and you know, okay, I'm running late, so whether I'll be allowed to enter the examination hall. So reaching examination hall in advance, even if it is an hour in advance, is okay. You get some time to you know, be accustomed to the environment around, and you get the chance of being comfortable with it.
And also just drink properly as well. You know?
Yeah, that's what. No,
you know, drink plenty of water.
Yes.
Don't have like Coca-Cola or anything. Have to save that for afterwards as a treat
not
afterwards,
the
right?
aerated drinks, but actually
when it comes
could
to
be coconut water or any
good,
simple basic.
Definitely,
water,
just something sensible to drink beforehand, but just not too sugary, because you'll have loads of energy and then you'll crash when the exam comes in. So Pani is perfect. You know, no need to go crazy with the drinks beforehand.